Good morning, YouTube. It is Thursday, March 7th, 2024. Did you guys know it was 2024? Wow. 9:27 a.m. Central Standard Time. If you're watching this over on YouTube, you can check these out live every morning on playback.tv/slightlybiased. We have 700,000 members in this room, and we are growing. I'm sorry, 700. Sorry, I misread. 700 members in this room, and we are growing and growing and growing. Growing and growing and growing. If you're watching this on playback.tv/slightlybiased, you can check this out live on the YouTube Clips channel. We have a decent amount to talk about today, obviously. The biggest news that came out today is that Mr. Karl-Anthony Towns of the Minnesota Timberwolves has a torn meniscus in his knee and will be out indefinitely. Now, there's some already weird and wonky reporting on this, and I will say that these are always weird and wonky. Whenever you see reports like this immediately, Woj came out and was like, hey, he might not miss any time. Like, oh, God, here we fucking go. Here we go. They always do this. They did this with Embiid, like, yeah, hey, who knows, man? Embiid might not miss that much time. And then you had, like, the Twitter doctors who were like, no, this is crazy. Embiid's probably out for the whole season. It's like 6 months. They always do this where they're like, hey, he might play. It's like, dude, his leg's hanging off. Well, he might get out there. I thought this was Woj says meniscus injury and Shams says torn meniscus. It's a torn meniscus. This is agent talk. He tore his meniscus. It's why they don't call surgeries, they call them procedures. I don't know what the deal is there. They're like, yeah, he had a successful procedure. So a surgery? No, I wouldn't call it that. It was more of a procedure. Oh, okay. Yeah, they opened up his skin and they went in. They put him under. They went in and they used medical equipment to fix something. Oh, so it's surgery. No, I wouldn't call it a surgery. That's a strong word. So that's it. And then you have Trae Young. Then you have the Trae Young pictures of him after his finger surgery. Oh, come on. Those are fucking hilarious. I'm sorry. The Trae Young photo dump after his finger surgery where he's laying in the bed, in the hospital bed. Holy shit, sorry. That made me laugh so hard whenever I first saw it. Just the you want to know something crazy, actually? I saw this tweet originally. Draymond Green visited Trae Young at the hospital. I didn't realize this was a fake NBA Central account. And I thought that was real. Why would I think otherwise? I thought this was real. I thought that was Draymond. Like, I half glimpsed at it, and I was like, all right. Oh, come on, that's funny. All right. But anyways, no, that the picture is real. I'm saying the guy kind of looked like Draymond at like a first glance, and so people said that the fake NBA Central account said it was Draymond, and I thought that was up until now, until I realized that was a fake NBA Central account, and that was not in fact Draymond. So, anyways, a left meniscus injury, but as somebody pointed out in the chat, Shams is straight up calling this shit a meniscus tear. So, yeah, meniscus tear. This study reported an average return to play following meniscal injury to be 40 to 43 days. So averages 6 weeks. Worst case is 11. Now, we've seen, this is similar to what like Robert Williams had. And he rushed back to be ready for the playoffs, and it kind of fucked up his entire career. Shams and Woj are both mouthpieces for agents. Shams seems a little less egregious with it. I think Woj has reached a point where he's like, yeah, I don't give a shit. I don't care. I'm like literally, the agent's texting me the tweet. And I don't care anymore. Meniscus tear means the season is done. Not necessarily. We've seen guys come back. Jimmy Butler a few years ago. I want to say 2018-ish. I believe with the Timberwolves. Was it with the Timberwolves or the Sixers? I can't remember. But it had a meniscus tear. Came back and didn't look the same. Which I think regardless of whether or not, okay, it was with the Wolves. Whether or not Cat comes back, he's not going to be 100% Karl-Anthony Towns. Which, in order to win, at the highest level for the Timberwolves, because they're the 1 seed, man. Let's not forget that. It's not like they're. Hey, we're just hoping to get out the play-in tournament. Like they're trying to compete for a championship, and without a fully healthy Karl-Anthony Towns, I think their ceiling is a little bit limited. Now that's not to say I think. It'll be interesting, to say the least. It'll be interesting. As you can see, they are better when he's on the court. There's still like a positive with him off, but there's just so much that goes into that. Their offense is 8 points per 100 possessions better when he's on the court. And there's plenty of games where Karl-Anthony Towns looks like the best offensive player on the team. And there's just so much gravity to his game that defenses have to account for. That really kind of opens things up for them. And fortunately for the Timberwolves, they do have Naz Reid, who can sort of step in and fill in for that. But it's going to be tough. It's going to be tough. A lot of their late game offense, which is a travesty at times, but a lot of it is Anthony Edwards or Karl-Anthony Towns do something. And now maybe this could be, I wouldn't say a blessing in disguise, but maybe this is a pathway for them to figure out some stuff offensively late in games that isn't just disgusting ISO ball. What is going on with the chat with all these fucking emojis? All right. So unfortunate for the Timberwolves. It really is. I think it does greatly limit their ceiling. I mean, look at some of the offensive number stuff. The 3-point shooting tanks 4 full percentage points when he's off the floor as a team. So this is bad news, man. This is bad news. And now there's going to be even more pressure on Anthony Edwards to be the guy offensively. And there's going to be a lot of pressure on Jaden McDaniels to pick it up offensively. He has been very underwhelming this year. Very underwhelming. They just paid him a whole lot of fucking money. And he's been great defensively. That's all been great. He's done his thing defensively. But they're going to need him to step up offensively. They're going to need, Kyle Anderson to step up offensively. I'm very interested in this. So here's an interesting tweet right here. The Cat injury is just terrible luck for the Wolves, but there's some silver lining. Naz Reid can be deployed for another 10 to 12 minutes per game. Naz Reid plus Rudy Gobert, net plus 14. Naz Reid plus Anthony Edwards, net plus 16. So it is nice to have Naz Reid. And this is where we said earlier in the season, I mean, just this, Naz Reid is just this insane luxury. But now, he must step up. He must rise to the call to action and help his team out. And here's the thing, though, right? This is what happens. Well, now Naz Reid has to start. Now Naz Reid's minutes go up. Now those luxury minutes you had Naz Reid off the bench when you were able to just kind of feast off other teams' bench units because you had Naz Reid slash the Dallas Mavericks because Naz Reid shoots, I think, 100% from the field against the Dallas Mavericks. Now, all of a sudden, you don't have that. Who's up? Luka Garza? Is it time? Is Luka Garza still on? He's still on the Wolves, right? Luka Garza? Leonard Miller? Is it Leonard Miller time? Going to be interesting to see. But unfortunate for the Timberwolves, who obviously are trying to fight tooth and nail for that number 1 seed. And unfortunately for them, all of this talk all season long about, oh, well, you kind of want to play the Timberwolves or the Thunder. That talk's just going to be louder and louder and louder. They are currently tied for the 1 seed with the Thunder. They have the season series against them, and then the Nuggets 1 game back after their troll job a couple nights ago against the Phoenix Suns. They could drop to 3, and then the 6th seed becomes a lot more interesting. So, do something with this chat, man. Why? Because there's a bunch of emojis. Why don't you guys fucking persevere, huh? Why don't you guys step up through the adversity? A bunch of emojis have you guys running scared. Grow up. So anyways, unfortunate stuff for the Minnesota Timberwolves, obviously. And then, of course, in other injury news, I say of course because we all expected this one, Ben Simmons is now out for the remainder of the season with a back injury. So Ben Simmons is done for the year. And, yeah. Ben Simmons is done for the season with a back injury. It's kind of weird to me how with Ben Simmons kind of gets memed on and joked on about his injury stuff instead of it being like, hey, this guy had kind of an interesting what-if career. It's like I know we question his commitment to basketball, but if he really does have lingering back problems, like that fucking sucks. That's terrible. He was one of the most hyped draft prospects in a long time. I literally was called the next LeBron James a lot. And was a perennial defensive player of the year level guy whenever he was healthy. But, I mean, nerve issues in your back. That does not sound fun and enjoyable, man. That sounds horrible. So, anyways, all the best to Ben Simmons, who is done for the season. How many games did he even play in this year? Let's just take a look at Ben Simmons' basketball reference, shall we? 15. So we got 15 games of Ben Simmons this year, 42 last year, obviously set out that entire 2021-2022 season. 58, 57. Damn, man. Damn. This man has played in 57 games over the last 3 years. That's actually nuts. Which career is more sad, Lonzo or Ben? I think most people would say Lonzo just because there was the times with Ben Simmons where it was like, oh, this guy doesn't really give a shit about basketball. But that's never really been the case with Lonzo. Orlando Magic. All right, let's get into some of the games that happened last night. Let's move on from the depressing news. The Orlando Magic beat the Washington Wizards by 10, 119-109. Mo Wagner was going off at the end of this game, getting hype. Classic Mo Wagner. minutes. Another great game from Franz, and Paolo had a great game. The Orlando Magic are the 4 seed in the West on the Eastern Conference, guys. They are the number 4 seed in the East currently. Half a game up on the New York Knicks, who are in a tailspin because of all of their injuries. A game up on the Miami Heat in the 6th seed, who are hot. Check your season predictions. Should we do that right now? All right, let's look at them. Where did I have the Orlando Magic? I don't feel good about it. Okay. Western Conference predictions. All right, let's look at these. Let's look. All right, had the Blazers finishing dead last. Well, they're fucking bad, so I don't feel bad about that one. Not as bad as the Spurs, but they're also terrible, so it's all good. Spurs finishing 14th. Okay, all right. Jazz finishing 13th. Not possible, but they'll miss a play-in tournament. Fuck that one up. I mean, fuck that one up. Had the Pelicans 12th. Whoops. Rockets 11th. That's about where they'll finish. Kings 10th. Still a possibility. I'm standing on business. They don't move me. Clippers 9th. Fuck that one up. Yeah. Thunder 8th. Yeah. Grizzlies 7th. How was I supposed to know? Right? Mavs 6th. Still a possibility. Timberwolves 5th. All right. Hey, the what? Warriors 3 was bad. Lakers 2. Okay. And the Nuggets 1. Still possible. Where's my Eastern Conference predictions? I feel like I had one conference that was really good and one that was bad. Pistons last. Okay, that one was a gimme. That one was a layup. Oh, wait, they're not even last currently. Wait, where the fuck do I have? Well, hold up. 2020 vision. I saw the Raptors being dog shit. I saw it. Okay, I had the Wizards 13th. All right. And I'm pretty sure I thought their over was pretty much locked. So, that's good. Pacers 12th. I fucked that one up. Orlando. Oh. I had the Magic missing the play-in. Oh, wait. I think my Eastern Conference one was cooked. Now that I'm thinking about it. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, had the Hornets making the play-in. That one, yeah, messed that one up. Why did I have Ben Simmons on the picture? They're really relying on Ben Simmons. I had them in the play-in tournament, which isn't impossible. Bulls 8th. All right, that looks possible. Knicks 7th. Not impossible with their injuries, actually. Heat 6th. That's where they're at right now. Sixers 5th. That would actually be a good outcome for them at this point. Okay, Hawks 4th. I fucked that one up. And I'll never be high on them again, ever. Been high on them like 3 years in a row. Never again. Bucks 3rd. Could happen. Oh, wait. I was cooking. I was actually cooking. Cavs 2nd. Celtics 1st. Yeah, look at them. This one was, anyone with a brain saw that coming. All right, anyway, sorry, I didn't want to go off on that tangent. AD is winless for Sabonis in his career. That's actually crazy. Sabonis gave him hell last night. Let's talk about that game real quick. So the Kings dominate the Lakers. Fox had 44. Monk had 26. It was very clear and obvious early on that the speed and the athleticism of those two guys was going to give this Lakers team an absolute fucking nightmare. And that is exactly what happened. This Kings team would be a pretty bad matchup, I think, for the Lakers in any type of play-in or playing game or playoff series. I don't know what would have to happen for these two to meet in a playoff series. But any type of those scenarios, I'm not like super thrilled about the idea of Kings Lakers for the Lakers side. Do we okay? You guys want to look at the Sabonis had another triple double? You guys want to check the tape, the Sabonis assist tape? All right, we'll check out the Sabonis assist tape. It's a great pass. That's a nice bounce. That's a nice pass. It's a good pass. That's a good pass right there. Yep, go to work. 3 seconds. Wait, where was that one again? Is that not at 3 seconds, man? All right, 80s in, or 10 seconds on the shot clock. Sabonis is in the paint. He gets out at the 5-second mark. Wait, he's not even out yet. Okay.
Again, when you have a player like any player, but especially one like Malik Monk who's coming off his right hand, until he beats you a couple of times, make him back to
wow. Hell of a pass. And people don't understand how Sabonis set that play up with his vision. How he baited the defense there with this handoff, right? How he baits Austin Reeves. It's pretty elite. See right here. Yep. And look, it's the look away. It's the look away. He's not even looking at Fox. He's looking at, Reeves to set up the screen. There was a crazy run in this game. What was the run? Was anyone watching this game? I forgot what the run was that the Kings went on. I mean, it was just an avalanche. 44-7? Is that really what it was? It was actually insane what it was. That's a good pass. But a horrifically bad defense. Horrifically bad defense by the Los Angeles Lakers. Yep, set it up. All right. There's some good passes in there. There's some good passes in here. You look at everyone's assist tape, they're going to have, 3 or 4 assists. If anybody who gets like double-digit assists, there's going to be at least 3 or 4 where you're like, oh, okay. So anyways, playmaking masterclass. But yeah, the Lakers, that second quarter was crazy. Never seen Luka get a dribble handoff assist. Well, Luka doesn't do dribble handoffs. Let's look at Luka's. I mean, Luka's clearly in a playmaking tier that's probably only populated by Jokic. You know? How many assists did Luka have against the Pacers? 11.
Run off the made basket. Josh Green up ahead. PJ Washington puts it down. Luka guarded by Aaron Nesmith. Nice pass to Washington on the short roll in the lane.
Let's see.
Good contest out there on the perimeter for the big man.
Especially given the foul situation that we have already noted. For three. And especially given the
What is Siakam doing here?
foul situation that we have already noted. For three. On the money.
Luka or Jokic for passing?
Almost lost it. Turner does lose it.
Let's cook.
Up ahead to Kyrie on the pass by Luka.
I think Luka's the best playmaker in the NBA. I really do think that.
One-man fast break.
I'll die on that hill. I don't care.
Trio of Mavericks.
The way that he sets up and baits the defense
The challenge and the call.
is incredible.
Daniel Gafford climbs the ladder to catch the oop. And being second highest, which is something he already owns, is not.
Hey Finn.
That was some
Hey buddy.
one defense right there,
And a
baby.
good pass.
Hey bud.
Scoring. And another 2-1 pass from Luka. Back up by three. Luka
What up, buddy?
up by two defenders. Kick out pass. Green with the attack and a little adjustment.
The Finney magic.
And
He's outta here.
One of those high arching threes was off target.
Yeah, there's a pretty big difference here.
Knocks down a three.
There's a pretty big difference between the 12 assists and the 11 assists. Top 5 passers in the league. Jokic, Luka, Trae Young, obviously. I don't know. I hate the fucking. Hey, top 5 on the spot. There's like 100 good passers. Hawks beat the Cavs. Of course, the Cavs coming off that insane win against the Celtics. Tough back-to-back. Their schedule's been pretty brutal lately, just in terms of rest and things like that, and the injuries that they've been dealing with. I am monitoring Darius Garland. It's just something I'm keeping in the back of my head. I really like Darius Garland. I love DG the PG. It's been a weird, wonky season for him with the injuries and stuff. However, I will say, I'm a little teeny tiny bit concerned about some of the stuff that's gone on with him this season and his level of play. And what I'm trying to say is he's been ass for a lot of the season. And I'm a little bit concerned. A little bit concerned Donovan Mitchell being amazing next to him all year doesn't help. I mean, I'm willing to write it off as just like, hey, he had that jaw injury. You know, he's. I saw a lot of people say he's not in playing shape. Like he needs to add weight again, and I'm willing to write that off. I'm willing to give him the benefit of the doubt there. Anyways, yeah, Cavs just need to get healthy again. That's their problem. And Mobley's gonna miss some time with a sprained ankle. So they got a lot going on. Obviously, Donovan Mitchell's been out with that knee injury. Grizzlies beat the 76ers. Honestly, God, I have no clue what happened in this game. Clippers beat the Rockets in a pretty impressive fourth quarter performance by the Clippers. Kind of looked like the Rockets were in control for the majority of this game. And I'm not gonna lie to you, I was watching this game thinking to myself a little tiny bit as a Mavs fan, fuck, man, if the Rockets start to get hot, and the Mavs keep pooping their pants, there's a little concern in me. You know, there's a tiny concern in me. But Harden wore some of his Harden 8s His return to Houston. Telling you, man, I'm so close to pulling the trigger on some Hardens. I need some new basketball shoes. I don't really like these, to be honest with you. But I need some new basketball shoes. And I'm weighing my options. I'm between Hardens, which is where I'm at. I want Harden 7s. I'm also thinking Way of Wade's, I've heard, are incredible. I've heard I got invited to the Kyrie thing yesterday. I just couldn't do it. I couldn't go. I'm also thinking Luka 2s. I mean, I don't have any Luka 2s yet. I'm thinking about maybe some Luka 2s. I need to make a decision soon. But anyways, a fourth quarter come from behind win for the Clippers on the road. Kawhi Leonard just doing Kawhi Leonard shit down the stretch of this game. I mean, that little mid-range jumper, it's like a line drive too. There's not a lot of arc on it. It's like Kawhi literally is like a closer in baseball. Comes in, throws 102 miles a fucking hour. Şengün had another great game in this too. This was coming literally, I think, the night after. I think they came off of a back-to-back where Şengün dropped that 45-point, 15 rebound game. He drops a monster triple-double, 23 points, 14 assists, 19 rebounds. So Şengün was kind of like wobbling a little bit for a while, but he's really been balling lately. The Rockets had a 20-point lead in this game that they blew. But, you know, it is what it is. It is what it is. This is, you know, it's a process for the Rockets. Let's not forget they were the worst team in the league last year. Or the worst team in the West, at least. So, still a crazy turnaround. Bulls Jazz, the ending of this game was absolutely nuts. I'm telling you, if you guys watch some Bulls games, you're going to see some funny endings. You're going to see some funny endings in a Bulls Jazz game. Guaranteed. John Collins and an assistant coach got into it. And what's crazy is, so this little scuffle happened in the closing like 10 seconds of the game, where the Bulls were up by 1 point. DeMar DeRozan going to the free throw line, chance to make it a 3-point game. This shit happens on the sideline. See John Collins and an assistant coach get into it. John Collins and an assistant coach get into it. Torrey Craig on the Bulls. You see Torrey Craig right here getting in Sexton's face. Torrey Craig got teed up. The assistant coach for the Bulls got teed up, and John Collins got teed up. So the Jazz got to shoot a free throw that tied the game before DeMar DeRozan went to the free throw line, which did open the door for a chance for the Jazz to either tie it with a 2 or win the game. And they got 2 really good looks. I swear to God, the Jazz have missed so many of these this year. I swear they've missed so many. Hold on. I want to show you guys. The last 2 looks they got were very good. The last 2 looks of this game they got were about as good of looks as you could ask. So down 2. Clarkson. That's not a bad shot. But then Kobe White. Out of bounds. So they get another look. Oh my God. This look they got. This is the second time I can remember off the top of my head Colin Sexton missing a look like this in the corner to win the game. You can't ask for a better look than that, man. Dude had time to a rhythm dribble, all of it. A great look, though. Can't be mad at it. Cannot be mad at it. It was a fun ending to that game. Like, really fun. The Bulls playing some fun games, man. They just do. Kobe White had another good game. DeRozan in the fourth quarter was electric again. Yeah, Boyan missing that shot was crazy. Bryce Sensabaugh has been in the rotation lately. And he's actually been playing pretty well for the Jazz. They got him, what, the 29th pick overall or something like that? 28th? Had some knee injuries, knee concerns coming out of college. What was that? Like his pro comp, some people were calling him the next DeMar DeRozan with just how he operated in the mid-range in college. So it's nice to see him get some buckets. Let's look at his buckets, actually. Yeah, he's got a deep bag. Deep. He's very deep off in his bag. Orlando Magic. Sensabaugh. Catch and shoot. Pretty looking shot. Beautiful looking. Gets to the midi, man. He's going to be nice, man. If I was called next to DeRozan, I would quit playing basketball. Why? I think DeRozan is one of those guys that like NBA players really respect because he's got that crazy deep bag and it's just tough bucket after tough bucket. Ooh. Oh, get the hell off me. Big boy move. Use that shoulder. Yep. Tough. And one. That's a foul. I agree with you, Bryce. That's a foul. So anyways, keep an eye out for him. Warriors annihilate the Bucks. My God, this game was damn near unwatchable on ESPN. I know that they had Bob Myers is terrible on games. He is horrible. I don't mind him in the halftime, pregame, postgame role as an analyst. Even then, I'm really just not that interested. Okay, but holy fuck, he is awful on the broadcast, man. And I know it's hard. It's hard. I get it. I get all of it. It's much easier said than done. But damn. And I say this game was unwatchable. It's partly that and partly, Bob Myers got his, or I don't know what happened. They were honoring him. Obviously, in this game against the Warriors, they were honoring him. Holy shit, the broadcast was insufferable. I mean, it was literally 3 hours of them just dick sucking the Warriors like nonstop, and it was so much so that they were like making comments of it during the game. They're like, Bucks fans, I know you want to hear us talk about your team. Bucks fans, I know you guys want us to talk about your team. Bucks fans, I know you guys want us to hear you talk about your teams, but we got Bob Myers on. It's like, oh my God. Dude. So anyways, Bucks got pooped on by the Warriors. This was the Warriors' first game since getting blown out by 52 points. I knew the Bucks were going to lose. I just knew they were going to lose. Whenever Doc Rivers got interviewed, I believe after the first quarter, got interviewed on the sidelines, and they were like, Doc, how do you slow down this Warriors offense? And Doc's the first fucking thing that Doc Rivers said, well, they've got 5 days off. That was terrible Doc Rivers voice impersonation. They got 5 days off. They got 100 days of rest. It's like, oh, the Bucks are losing this game by 50 fucking points, aren't they? Like, Jesus. And yeah, they scored 9 points in the fourth quarter. How about Trace Jackson Davis? 4 blocks. I actually think all of those were against Giannis. At least 3 of them. At least 3 of them were against Giannis. And at least 2 of these, and 2 of them were in this possession. Get that shit out. Get that shit out. And then we're going the other way. He's pretty electric, man. I gotta say, he's pretty electric. Just a smart player. He's kind of everything that they wanted James Wiseman to be. Another example. Just don't be afraid to draft these kids who are really fucking good in college. You know, sometimes it's easier just to draft the guy who's been good in college than it is to draft somebody who's not been good at any point really in their careers. Good, relatively speaking, of course. But has like these athletic skills that you think you can tap into. But then you also have your guys like Kuminga, who's kind of like that. And Kuminga's blossoming in front of our eyes. I'll continue to say I think Damian Lillard is one of the worst big-minute defenders in the history of the league. I honestly believe that. Anyways. Oh, wait. Hold on a second. Mavs are 4.5-point favorites tonight. Hold on. What's going on there? What could they possibly be seeing? Let's go ahead and take care of it. Let's go ahead and take care of business while we can. Let's continue to take Vegas to town. Heater plus 155. Yep, let's go ahead and lock that in. $20 to win 31. Yep. Let's go ahead and lock that in right now. All right. Boom. Got that going. Got that locked in. Here we go. Thunder beat the Trailblazers. Thunder were trolling for a lot of this game. Then J-Dub happened in the fourth quarter. Guy's a monster. Congrats on $32. Thank you. And then the Kings and the Lakers. We already talked about that. So a quick little standings check. You get the Timberwolves and the Thunder tied for first. You got the Nuggets 1 game behind. So I'll take the Nuggets ultimately. Finish the season as the 1 seed. I'm doing my power rankings video today on my YouTube channel. And man, it's difficult. It's difficult, honestly, because outside of the Nuggets and Celtics, you really, really have to talk yourself into any other team. You really got to talk yourself into any other team having a legit chance. I think those 2 teams have absolutely separated themselves from the pack. Absolutely. And if the Nuggets get home court advantage throughout the Western Conference, it's curtains. Pelicans have been playing really good basketball lately. They're the 5 seed. Suns up to 6. Kings 7th. The Mavs now find themselves 3 games back of the 5 seed. 2 games back of the 6 seed. There's still some time left. But the losers of 3 straight games, the Mavs are. And the Warriors now creeping up, half a game behind the Mavericks. With those 2 teams having, 3 games left? Lakers only a game back of the Mavericks as well. So, if you're gonna be in the play-in tournament, you cannot be a 9 or 10 seed, man. It's a lot to ask to win 2 straight play-in games with one of them guaranteed to be on the road. Like that's a lot. It's a lot to ask. So they got to start winning some fucking basketball games. There's just no two ways around it. Celtics obviously are the 1 seed. That's not changing. Bucks and Cavs dueling it out for that 2 seed, which I think you want. I don't know actually because, if the Heat are the 6 seed, I don't know how much you want to play them in the first round. But also, if the Sixers are in the play-in and Embiid comes back, that's not like a super fun matchup in the first round for a 2 seed either. You have the Pacers are still in play for the 4 seed. There's a big clump of teams right here too. Feels like our top 10 is set in both conferences. Although, the Hawks with Trey out, could they slip a little bit? But I don't see the Nets or the Raptors winning enough games for that to really matter. So, we shall see. We shall see. Let's look at tonight's slate of games. We got Mavs and Heat kicking off the TNT doubleheader. What's the other game on TNT? Oh, Celtics and Nuggets. Holy fuck, I forgot about that. Ooh. Ho. Finals preview. The Nuggets beat the Celtics on the road earlier. And the Celtics get their get back. Nets and Pistons, Timberwolves and Pacers. Raptors, Suns, Bulls, Warriors, and Spurs, Kings. Should be a blast.